Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to Cheaply Valuable. I am Seth, and in today's video I'm going to be doing something that I've not done in a really long time. I'm going to be doing my review of the Marvel Legends Ant-Man helmet. So this helmet I actually got for a birthday present because I am turning 14 this coming up weekend, but I ended up getting it a weekend earlier because my grandmother came over to visit. I was going to originally actually do an unboxing video for this, but that would be a little too complicated and just over the top, and plus it takes quite a while to get this together because the antennas actually come separate, and also the batteries take a while to get put into the helmet. So as you can see, I've actually changed my background or my setup for it because I actually originally did it at my table, then I moved to here, and then I moved back to the table, and now I'm moving back to this because I like this a little bit better because over there I kept getting like weird shadows and it was just extremely hard to be able to get good lighting for it. It's still hard to get good lighting over here because I don't have a ring light or anything. I just have like some desk lamps that I'm trying to set up. So it's like really hard to get good lighting because you couldn't hardly even see my face over there, and I've actually had to do a reshoot of this video. So this is the reshoot with this background instead, which I like a lot more. So here is the box for the actual helmet. The helmet I actually got from GameStop. Now you can get this off of Amazon. I believe you can also get it at Barnes & Noble at certain locations. Yeah, it's weird how GameStop actually sold a Marvel type of thing, a Marvel helmet, which is kind of strange. Sometimes they do sell stuff that's very weird that doesn't really go together with what they sell. Sometimes they sell Star Wars helmets, which I get kinda because it's Star Wars Battlefront, but it's not licensed under Star Wars Battlefront. But this helmet looks so freaking awesome. There's the front of it, side, back, other side, and then the top. Now this has detail actually on the inside as well. It's got tons of detail on the outside and on the inside. And then there's also some LEDs, which I like a lot. Now, if I spent months and months and months and months, I could actually make a template for this and make my own helmet. I know that, but the LEDs would be extremely hard to do and almost impossible, and also get them this bright and like this close to the actual movie be very hard to do. And also with foam, it doesn't really have that like heft and like heaviness that plastic does, where it actually feels like a real helmet. So it would be hard to make this actually like a cool helmet. That's one of the problems with being like a cosplayer where you make everything, is it's really hard to get birthday presents, and it's really hard to really be able to choose to be able to get like a cool cosplay item or helmet or something because you make everything yourself. But yeah, I really like the packaging for it, so now I'm going to show you what the actual helmet looks like. Okay, this is what the helmet looks like out of the actual packaging. Let me hold it up where you can see it a little bit better. So here is the actual helmet. There is so much freaking detail on this. It's detailed everywhere. There's just so many little pieces and little like cool bits and things. Yeah, it's like put together so well. The sculpt of this is very good. Now I do have to say the paint job, it's kind of iffy. It does look good in some spots, but the silver isn't as dark and it's not as reflective as it is in the movies. So I may eventually paint over it with a better silver, because this is a lot more dull than it is in the actual movie. And one thing that's really strange is on the sides, it's not that reflective, but on the front it's like super reflective. So that's pretty strange how it changes like that on this helmet. But yeah, yeah, the paint job on this isn't too great, but it's not too bad either. My only true complaint with this is this back plate that flops constantly. Because they made it to where the back plate opens for larger heads, but the problem is there's no locking mechanism for smaller heads. So if you have a smaller head or just a normal sized head, this is going to go like that. It's just going to flop constantly, and it scares the crap out of you because when you're wearing this helmet, it echoes through the entire helmet, and it just scares you so much because it's like a smack on the back of your head, and then it like does this like large echo thing. So that's my only complaint with it. I'm probably going to eventually install magnets in here or some kind of latching mechanism because that is so annoying. But yeah, incredibly detailed. There's even like this freaking like rubber bit under here, like this rubber trim, which I like. The lenses are pretty good. They're see-through like how they are in the movie. They're translucent. They're not super translucent, but they are a little bit, just like how it is. Now, this helmet appeared in Civil War the first time, but it was completely silver. These back plate things were like painted over silver, and the red stripes on the front were not on there. But yeah, it was the same actual sculpt in Civil War, but not the same paint job. And then in Ant-Man and the Wasp, he wore this helmet, sort of like how it is now, but the front plate right here, the front bit, was actually a lot darker silver. And then this is actually exactly what it looks like in Endgame, but it still was a little bit darker in Endgame. This is, the actual silver part of this is closer to Civil War because it was extremely shiny and bright. Now these antenna pieces actually come separate in the box, and there's actually these connector pieces which are sort of like a charging port type of thing. They just like go in there, and the LEDs connect right there. So LEDs right there and there and there. But yeah, I really like the way this helmet looks, and the heftiness of it, the like heft of it. Now the actual Titanfall 2 helmet is a lot heavier than this and a lot bigger than this. That's why I actually had to return it, because it was so incredibly heavy and it was impossible to wear. This has some good heft to it. It weighs probably about 3-4 pounds. No, probably 3 pounds. But yeah, it's really cool. There's like even like there's so much detail in this. Like there's even like little like holes right here for the actual speaker part. It's not even indents, it's complete holes into it. Now this bottom piece actually removes, hold on, the mouthpiece. See, that removes. And this is the mouthpiece, and see there's these holes right there where you can actually breathe. Now this is actually where the batteries go in, but I actually removed the sticker for this because I'm planning on eventually putting some wires that are going to stick out of here. They're not going to be glued in or anything, they'll just be sitting in these holes. So they'll actually be sticking out, sort of like a, like the original Darth Vader helmet. So I'll actually be able to remove this, and then I'll have that cool techie look. Almost like it's being worked on or something. So I'm going to put this back in. I may have to jump ahead because this is really hard to get back together. Ah, there we go. Yeah, it's usually extremely hard to get back together. Now, when I was taking this out of the packaging, one thing that was pretty annoying is actually this back plate came off. It is supposed to be removable, but it's such a hassle to get back on. But yeah, my only complaint really is the entire back plate. It's so freaking annoying. But yeah. And it has a head adjuster thing on the inside. I don't know if you can see the inside. It's probably pretty dark. I don't know. But there's a head adjuster thing. Let me get a little bit closer up to it. But yeah, and it works sort of like a construction helmet with the way it works, and it just tightens in the back. And that's another complaint, is it presses a little bit into the back of your head. It's not too bad. But yeah, I'm just so blown away and happy by this helmet. So I know what you're waiting for, the LEDs. So you can turn that on. I love the red, it looks so good. It looks just like Ant-Man's helmet. This is probably the most Ant-Man looking LEDs that are on this helmet. It goes from red to blue. Yeah, from red to blue. This looks less like Ant-Man's like original design, but I believe the red is for when he's small, and then blue is when he turns into like the giant man or giant Ant-Man, if that makes any sense. But yeah, the blue LEDs are much brighter. But yeah, they're really cool. I love the blue one. I would recommend putting the blue ones on if you're going into like a darker place, and then the red ones if you just want to walk around as Ant-Man, because red ones are a lot more classic. But yeah, these LEDs are so freaking good. If I was doing a cosplay of Ant-Man, it would actually be impossible for me to have LEDs that are this good. So I know what you're thinking. Do you want me to try this on? And yes, I'm going to try this on. Yeah, I love the detail on the inside. It is so incredible. Yeah. I'm going to put this on, and there we go. So here is the helmet on, guys. Now it muffles it a lot like in the movie, of course, because it's a helmet. But yeah, it's just like the actual movie with everything. So let me turn on the LEDs. So there it is on red. And yeah, it's so comfortable. And it's just so like cozy in this helmet. And then do that, and there's the blue. I love the blue as well. Do the side and the other side. But yeah, it's an amazing helmet. It's definitely worth the $100 price tag because this goes for pretty high price. I believe the retail price is like $130 to $140. Yeah, I picked this up for $100 at GameStop. So yeah, it's a pretty hefty price. But yeah, this is one of the best birthday presents that I've ever gotten because yeah, I'm turning 14. It's so weird that I'm doing a review of this, which is what I started out from, and I was 8 when I started this channel. I was an 8-year-old, which is insane. And now I'm 14. So it's so crazy that I've been doing this for this long. But yeah, love this helmet. I'm going to actually be putting it on display where it will be behind me and I'll have it lit up. And I actually have an Ant-Man figure that will be behind that or to the side of that. So it'll be like a cool display thing. But yeah, I love this helmet. I've actually got some stuff to talk about at the end of this video for Shocker, and then I'll be doing like sort of like a sweeping view of the actual helmet where I'll be filming it a bunch. So I actually have some stuff for Shocker that I've been working on, like Shocker's armor. I've been wanting to make it a lot more, I don't know, animalistic because I'm trying to actually make it look like it's made by Oscorp, and sort of like it was like being worked on to try to make like a crocodile or alligator armor, and then Herman Schultz stole it, so it looks really cool, and it just slides on like that, and it actually has a lot of mobility. I'm going to be making a second one for the other arm, but it'll be flipped to the other side, or mirrored, so that's really good. And I also have been working on the hoodie, which will be over it, and this is pretty cool. I'm not going to put it on or anything now because I'll be doing a big reveal of the Shocker cosplay in a few months. But yeah, I've got like all these like torn bits and all these like shredded parts of it, and yeah, all these scrapes all over it. And I also made the sleeves look like they've been burned off because I'm going to have it where all the energy and heat coming off of the Shockwave gauntlets have actually burned his sleeves off. So yeah, I love the weathering that I've done to it. Yeah, hopefully in the end this looks really good, but yeah. So for now, thank you so much for watching this video. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, which is amazing. I love all of you guys. I'm so happy that you watch my videos, and just all the support that I get, and just all the different people that watch my videos. I cannot believe that I've been doing this for so long, going from 8 to 14, making these videos, and still having this channel up and still running it is insane. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye guys!